What up, YouTube? What's popping off? It's Overlord again. I'm actually working on a project with a YouTube artist. I'm leaving the name undisclosed until everything gets done. I'm very excited about the project, and I'm very excited about how things are gonna go down. But you know, I always every so often like to talk about the music making process and how to think outside the box. And I even mentioned a while ago a documentary that's on Netflix that came on PBS called what was it? Sample Right Criminals? Copyright Criminals? Something like that. Yeah, Copyright Criminals. It was all about sampling and stuff like that. And how people was like, you know what, you sample, you should pay, and blah 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 blah. We all know the deal. Here's the deal with sampling. My understanding of it, or the law is, if you sample a record, doesn't matter. A lot of people say if you only sample a couple seconds. Nah, to my understanding, if you sample a record, I mean, it could be a portion, 2 seconds, a second. If they can recognize it, technically they can charge you for that. Basically, what it is saying it's copyright infringement because you're making a copy of an original master. Meaning, although you made a copy, you got an original master, you bought that. So therefore, if you make a copy off of that, then reproduce it in any type of way, use it any type of way, it's copyright infringement. So those artists or the original composers or whatever the case may be can be compensated. So therefore, that's why in a lot of instances you'll hear Dre or even in some cases Just Blaze, when they couldn't clear a sample because the artist did not want to clear the sample, what they would do at that point in time is they would get somebody to come and play it, and they would do an interpolation where they replay it. So now technically they're not sampling, they're just doing an interpolation or a replay of that artist's work. And I believe they still need some compensation for that. And sometimes when you lose the original groove or the original nuance that the sample had or that the record had, it's just unique. Because sometimes the way they recorded stuff back in the day, so many things were a factor. The studio, the room that they recorded in, the equipment that they used. I mean, all those things contributed to that sound. So, unless you get in that identical situation again, sometimes it's kind of hard to capture that sound. And when a lot of artists realize that, even if they get a good band, a crazy band that can replay that stuff exactly the way it was played, a lot of things are lost. The feeling, like I said, the room, and like I always say, music comes from the soul. So if these people was in a frame of mind or in a vibe, and they was vibing when they was doing that music, and you just got somebody just trying to recreate that music, they're not playing it with the same energy. It doesn't have the same soul. And do your own research. You'll find this out, that a lot of people say they didn't use the music because it didn't have that same essence of the original. So music is soul, baby. I mean, it's spiritual, a lot more than what you think. So nonetheless, sometimes you're trying to get it in and you want to get things done. And I can say that myself, and I know it's a lot of people out there, especially a lot of members of the crew, are like Ginsus. I like to say I'm like Wolverine on my chop game and on my slices. And there's a lot of people out there slicing stuff to bits. So you got a lot of producers out there saying, you know what, you want me to pay, you gotta catch me. So hence I guess I'm a copyright criminal too. But like I said, I'm working on this project. I want to show y'all a unique technique, and plus offer something and offer a service. Because I got a unique musician, Rain. He's a part of my production team. I use him a lot to get things done. But in some cases, when you're working on a project with the artist, and you really got to get it out, especially us, when we grind, and we're starving artists. I know a lot of y'all out there are. You might have that one thing that's going to pop, and you're concerned about sample clearance. Sometimes you can't clear the sample, and sometimes that holds up the process. If you really got a search project that need to be out there, I'm going to tell you this. You should not have to pay sample clearances. I'm going to show you how not to pay sample clearances and how to avoid paying sampling fees. Especially when you're artists such as myself who like to chop up samples. So I'm going to show you a unique way pretty much the process of what I'm going on and how I'm making this track for this artist. She's kind of like on a I don't know how to describe her, but she's awesome. There's a female singer that's going to be singing to this track. So I'm gonna let you hear the original sample. What I did when I chopped the sample up, I chopped it up manually inside the Remix 16. It's not in there no more. But what I did was when I chopped it up in the Remix 16, I recorded those chops inside the Remix 16. Then I sampled those chops that I played in the order that I played directly into the MV8000. Then I re-chopped it again while I was inside the MV8000. The same way that it was on the Remix 16. So I didn't do nothing different or re-chop the chop and make it different. I just transferred it from the Remix 16 into the MV8000. So I'm gonna let you hear the chops. Oh, well, I can't let you hear the individual chops because I got it all playing together. But I'm gonna let you hear the original record, and then I'm gonna let you hear the chops that I came up and how I arranged the chops, and then I'm gonna show you a surprise afterwards. Alright, thanks. Alright, as I said before, I'm not gonna be talking about what records I use and nothing like that. I'm not saying no titles. If you know the song, shh, you know the song. Alright, I'm gonna let you hear it.
I get a thrill, I get a chill when you touch me. A thrill I can't ignore, keeps me coming back for more. Every time you touch me, you know my body is weak.
Alright, that's it. Everything I took was from what you heard. I took little pieces out of all that, and then I came up with a composition. So I'm gonna let you check it out. Okay, I actually did this particular one in 8000. So that's the intro. Then I did this. So you can hear it sounds real choppy. It still got some of the pops in it. But I just fleshed it out for an idea. So I'm gonna let you hear the sequence inside the MV. So that's it. That was let's go. So I do a drum beat with it. Sound cool with the drum beat and everything like that. But going back to what I described before, if I did this like this, I'm paying copyright. They figure out the chops and the chords and stuff. They like, you're like, okay, Dave, you must pay. So I said, I'm not paying. So I'm gonna show you. You heard the original, you heard what I did, and you hear the difference of how I arranged my chops from the original. What I did doesn't sound like the original. Reminds you of it because you can hear certain nuances from it, but realistically, it doesn't sound like the original. So, that being said, if you're again to master, you can chop up your samples, and you come up with different melodies and sounds, and you chop up your samples. I'll show you what you can do. Alright, YouTube. So, you heard the melody that I had. And what I did was, because I didn't want to pay, like I said, I don't want to pay for the sample, and this artist is planning on putting this out on iTunes and stuff, and we don't know. It's one of them things where you don't know. I can't tell the future. It might blow up. And of course, to put this out there and then it blow up and get sued for the sample later, a lot of people say, well, you got sued, that means you made it. You know, okay, well, I don't want to make it that way. So I don't want to pay for the sample. So what I did was, I sent my cousin exactly what y'all heard off the MV. I said, I need you to replay this. So I had him do the instrumentation and all for me. So, and typically what I get him to do is, I get him to redo now I let him hear my chops. Now I ask him to replay it, make it sound smooth, because you know this needs to be smooth, and I didn't want to sound choppy like it did for this particular artist, because I need everything to be played smooth. So I got him to replay my chops, but you know, as if a musician was playing it, which he did. So I'm gonna let you hear the individual sounds. Like, this is the bass. Get the gist. Piano. Lead piano riff. Alright, now the strings. Alright, and the other second set of strings. Alright, so that's it. So what I did was, when he sent me these tracks, I mean, of course, he just recorded it and recorded everything to the sequence. And I'll take all those pieces and I throw them on Audacity so I can hear how they all sound arranged together. And of course, I'm going to take these separate pieces, throw it inside the MV, and I'm going to finish the track. But check it out. So, all I'm going to do is take that, extend it, and bada bing, bada boom, I got a song, no sample clearances, and the melody is pretty much original, because the way I played the chords, because I chopped up the chords are played in a different way than the original composition. So therefore, I don't have to pay sample clearances. So, I just wanted to share that with you. Kind of awesome. And I'll let y'all hear hopefully everything get done. I'll let you hear the finished project. But I just thought that I would share that with you. Hopefully this helps you, give you some insight. Also, we're actually offering these services. So a lot of times you may get a sample or record or something, and you wanna chop it up, but you got a project that you think you're working on that may blow, or that may be released, but you don't want to take chances on clearing samples or it botching your deal. Our services are available. We'll recreate the original. We'll recreate a song, or we can record the original composition like as is, same tempo and everything, and then you can take the replay that we did, put it inside your MPC, your machine, or whatever you use, and then you can chop up the remake, the replay, just like you would have the original, But the difference is you don't have to pay sample clearances. Even if it has some vocals in there, you got some vocal samples chopped up in there, where you got some singing going on. We can even arrange to have the hook or whatever the vocals are that's sung in that song. We can have that sung. We can have we can get that. We can get that done too. I mean, because my cousin, he can sing that part, or he can make his voice sound like a female, or whatever he needs to do to make it do what it do. Now, it's not going to sound exactly like the original, and you kind of don't want it to sound exactly like the original. You just want to get it, see if you can get the same flavor, the same element, or something that's still relevant to help get your project out there, so you don't have to worry about sample clearances. So I'll talk about that more later. We'll do more examples. I'm gonna do a video dedicated just for that, where I would take something, have them replay it for me, and then I'll chop it up and all that. I'll do a video showing all that stuff. So anybody interested, kind of give me a heads up ahead of time, and we can work things out, because he will be offering those services, and yeah, we're gonna be pretty reasonable on the price with that service as well. So I mean, at least what I think is a fair price. So if you need our services, please just let me know. We'll take care of you. Peace.